Red Ribbon Week is coming up, and this time on Hawk Family Focus, we have Cassie Street from the Reach Council. Thanks for being here, Cassie.
I'm so glad to be here.
The Reach Council is a nonprofit organization that works on recovery and prevention for substance abuse, right?
Yes, we've been doing that for over 35 years over in Midlothian.
Could you tell us a little bit about Red Ribbon Week, how it got started?
So Red Ribbon Week has been around since the late 80s. It was actually started in honor of a drug enforcement officer named Enrique Camarena. He worked undercover trying to figure out who was bringing drugs into the United States, and he would investigate those things and try to put law enforcement into place to stop that. Unfortunately, he was killed in the line of duty. And as a result of that, his friends and family decided, because of his passions about stopping substances from coming into the U.S. and for educating kids about the harms, to honor his memory by wearing red ribbons and talking with youth and communities about the impact of substance use. From there, it grew. It started in this little community, and it caught notice from the governor of California, and then Nancy Reagan actually signed a proclamation about it, and then it became a nationwide observance.
A lot of parents want to know, how do I talk to my kids about drugs? What age is it appropriate to start talking to them about different things?
I would say talk early and talk often. It's easier if we start having these conversations when they're little, talking about things like not using medicines without adult help, not taking things from people that you don't know, and understanding the safety components of it. As they grow, you include educating on things like why things like vaping are harmful for you, why we should not give in to peer pressure. If we have these little conversations as they come up, as we see things on TV, as we have experiences that our friends have had, and we have conversations and dialogues, it's normalized to have these kind of open conversations so that when there is something that comes up, they feel comfortable talking to you.
What are you seeing as the current trends and things that parents need to be aware of that we might not expect?
Well, obviously most families and schools and community members know vaping is huge. Vaping is unfortunately everywhere and has been on the rise in the last 5 years because of how vaping is marketed to youth. But we also need to talk about the use of marijuana that has come on the rise. And then fentanyl has been a big, big concern these last 2 to 3 years. The illicit use of fentanyl, they will put it into a pill form, and it can look like anything from a legit prescription like Percocet or Adderall or Xanax to not looking like anything at all, but just being a fun, colorful looking pill. And the problem with it is that nobody knows what's in it. And 7 out of 10 of the pills on the illegal market that contain fentanyl contain enough to cause an overdose. So it's a very scary problem right now. So it's something to be very mindful of and educate our kids about why it's important that we don't take things that aren't prescribed to us.
So while we get to do all the fun Red Ribbon Week celebration pieces, we also need to be aware of making sure that we're having conversations with our kids.
Yes, and if we haven't already, this is a great time to have a conversation. Ask them what they learned about in school. Did they talk about any drug facts this week? What do they know about things? So start having those moments and times.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here, Cassie.
You're so welcome.
At Red Oak ISD, we believe in being drug-free.